Now, before I get on with my review, I'm just going to say that this is a spoiler-filled review. Many spoilers are to come in this review, so if you have not seen the movie, please do not watch this. And please do watch it. It's a pleasure to watch on the big screen. So I'm gonna basically walk through the movie, pros and cons, and let's get started. Now, okay, first off, I'm gonna say it's probably the best movie theater experience I've ever had. When I saw the Star Wars logo come on screen and the title scrolling down, basically giving the plot to the film, I almost cried. It was like how far Star Wars has come from the 70s. And it's my second Star Wars film in theaters. I saw Attack of the Clones in theaters. That was my first movie I saw in theaters. So seeing Episode 7 was kind of a remembrance, even though I didn't remember seeing Attack of the Clones. So yeah. So yeah, I really like the opening sequence with Lucasfilm and the Star Wars logo, Episode 7, all that stuff. I'm just gonna list off my cons right now, just to get those out of the way. Okay, there's a couple. One, I do not like how they introduce like a bunch of new characters, but most of them get killed off in the movie. We got Finn, we got Kylo Ren, we got Han Solo, we got what's his face? I don't remember. But we just got a bunch of new characters that I was really excited to see in episodes 8 and 9, which I wish they were in episodes 8 and 9, but they aren't anymore due to them killing it off. I kind of wish we had gotten more with those people. I really enjoyed them on screen, and I'm sad that they had to get killed by that, and I just wish they were on screen more. And the second part I did not like is in the trailer we see a bunch of really cool shots of the Millennium Falcon flying up, doing a bunch of TIE fighter stuff, like shooting down TIE fighters and like pew 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 and all that stuff. I was excited to see Han Solo doing all of that again. But that was Rey. I'm glad that she's now a pilot and she can basically the new Luke Skywalker. But I was super excited to see Han Solo do all that stuff again, because that was something really cool in episodes 4, 5, and 6, but it was Rey. Kind of disappointed in that. And now another thing I felt like was that the new planet that Rey was on, pretty much everybody thought that was Tatooine, but it was this planet called Jakku. It looked really similar to Tatooine, except it doesn't have the two suns or whatever. But I wanted Tatooine back. You know, that was a cool part of the Star Wars franchise, and I don't think we're seeing that anymore. Yeah, just stick with Tatooine. It's part of the Star Wars, you know. Tatooine is the birthplace of Luke. You know how he became a Jedi. Let's do that with Rey. You know, I've heard originated on Tatooine, but she originated on Jakku or whatever. So yeah. Now I'm gonna try to do this with my reviews from now on. I'm going to go into different sections. I'm gonna do characters, story, direction, and overall beauty and perfection of this movie. So with the characters, I loved them all. Rey, fantastic. I like her. She's great. I'm excited to see her in episodes 8 and 9. And at the end, when she saw Luke Skywalker become, you know, she's becoming a Jedi now. I'm excited to see that. Kylo Ren, amazing villain. I loved him. He had a goal set in mind, and that's what I liked. He had something that he needed to do, and he tried to do it, but sadly could not do it. Yay. Yeah. And then we also got Finn and BB-8. I really like BB-8, but R2-D2 is just kind of a classic. But BB-8, he looks amazing. He's a little cute, you know, but amazing. And then Finn, we finally got a little diversity in this. I mean, we had Lando. I almost said Orlando. # Disney. But Finn, I'm glad he was very humorous in the movie, and I like that. He's kind of more of that, what do you call it? I don't remember what you call it, but you know, the character that brings comedy into the mix. I felt like he did that well, John Boyega. And then we also saw the return of Han, Leia, Chewie, and Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker, he was in the movie for like 30 seconds at the end. He didn't talk much, but yeah, I mean, yeah. And I'm gonna get to the scene with Luke and Rey at the end because there's something that I think about it that I'm gonna tell you. Um, it was great seeing Han Solo back on the screen. Harrison Ford. Just Han Solo is that character, and when he said, and when they found the Millennium Falcon, Chewie, we're home. You know, just it's great. And then Chewie, you know, he just kind of did the same thing. You know, he's that big carpet or whatever. And then Leia, she wasn't in the movie that much, but when she was on screen, she was good. So, yep, that's my characters. So yeah. So now with the story, I really liked it. I felt like it did kind of lose some of that Star Wars. It kind of left a little bit of the Star Wars story in the dust. And I'm glad that they brought in a new plot. They have that new Death Star and whatnot. I felt like the Death Star was just kind of another thing, you know, another Death Star. But I really liked everything that J.J. Abrams did with the story. I think that the writers really took their time with the story, and I really liked what they had, that they put into this movie. Now I'm going to talk about the scene at the end with Luke and Rey. Okay, so we don't know any backstory to Rey. We know that she was taken or sold or whatever. But she doesn't have any parents. She lives alone, whatnot. Okay, at the end of this is kind of like a fan theory, I guess, but I believe that Luke is Rey's father. Since I believe he was the last Jedi at the end of Episode 6, I believe he was the only Jedi. Actually, yeah, he was the only Jedi left after Return of the Jedi, and okay, forget that. The way Luke looked at Rey, he would have said something if he didn't know who that was. He would have been like, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" You know. The way he looked at her made me feel like they have a connection. They know each other. They have interacted before. Yeah. And then also, since Jakku looked a little like Tatooine, that's where Luke grew up, and I maybe, like, I don't know, but kind of wanted to raise her in that similar environment as Luke. But yeah, the look that they shared at the end of the movie made me feel like, Rey, it's time for you to become a Jedi. You know, I'm here to train you, whatever. And I feel like they're father and daughter. Of course, we don't know who the mother is. I don't know if it's Leia or whatever. It's not Leia. It's not Leia. No. It's not Leia. They had Kylo Ren as a son. Another spoiler. So, and what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So, if you remember, like, the Jedi orders that you can't have love, well, Anakin broke that. And since Luke was the only Jedi left after Return of the Jedi, he kind of just was able to do whatever, I guess. And he could have most likely broken that rule because he was the only one left. He could do whatever. And he made love. He created a child called Rey, and she did a bunch of cool stuff, killing Kylo Ren, hopefully. Becoming a Jedi, using the Force, mind tricks, all that stuff. Create a child like that, and I feel like that this that the ending was good. The ending was good. I'm just gonna say that. Now, people have asked me this question: is it better than the prequels? Yes. Is that as good as the originals? I'm gonna say yes. I feel like it's definitely a return to the Star Wars franchise. Hopefully, Episode 8 and 9 will do as good as what J.J. Abrams did with Episode 7, because Episode 7 was just beautiful. I saw an IMAX 3D. It was such an experience to go see it. I loved every second of it. You guys have to go see it. So with that, I'm going to have to give Star Wars Force Awakens solid A. Yes, it does have its flaws, but at heart, amazing movie. So guys, in the comments below, I want you to rank your top Star Wars movies. Mine is A New Hope as number 1, and then it's tied. Force Awakens and Empire Strikes Back are tied for 2. 3 is Return of the Jedi, and then it goes Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones, and Phantom Menace. Last and yes, least. It's, yeah. As you watch my review, I gave it a bad rating because we don't need to talk this movie anymore, you know. So yeah, and tell me if you've seen the movie and what your thoughts are. You know, just give me a little rating what you would give it to the movie. And yeah, that's it for today. Definitely go check out the movie again. I'm seeing it again tomorrow because I just can't live without this movie. It's Star Wars is just amazing. It's not one of my favorite films, but it's a pleasure to see the movie. It's really great. So I'm buying it the first day it comes out on Blu-ray. I don't care what the price is. Might even get the Steelbook if they release it, because I know they already released some Steelbooks. So yeah, that's it for today. Please go check it out, and stay tuned for more from Film Fanatic.